Blow up, you know what I'm saying?
Blow up,
real nigga, man. Fuck that blow up, nigga.
Hey.
You fuck that blow up, fuck with me. Hey.
What's good with it?
Hey.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, man. You know, it's your first time on Kodak Blow Up. How's everything going?
This is my first time on any interview, period.
For sure. Yeah, you telling me that. That's good, though, you know? This is going to be a stepping stone for many interviews and many more podcasts, etc. for you. You know, this is the first time, like, I actually get to sit down with an artist that, you know, literally is a real artist when it comes to, like, lyrics. Nothing against, like, everybody else that I did interviews for, but, you know, I'm more into, like, lyricism, you know, and like you said, wordplay that we spoke about. I grew up, like, listening to 90s music, so that's something that's, like, very, like, passionate to me, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, it's cool to, like, actually get to sit down and actually feel, you know, get to see where you're at when it comes to that.
Thank you.
For sure. So, you know, like, before we start talking about, you know, your music and everything, let's let the people know about you a little bit, you know, where you was born, where you was raised, and how was that?
Okay, so I was born in New York. I started my early life in New York, but I consider myself a Floridian because I've been here since I was 7. I mean, I moved here when I was 5, and I cried myself to sleep every single night till my mom sent me back to my other mom. And then I moved back here when I was 7. So New York, but I rep Florida because I've been here all my life, damn near.
Okay. And, you know, you growing up in New York, how was that for you?
You know, I felt like I was really close to my family. I was like, you know, I was closer to my family there just because everybody was closer. But then, you know, I had my family also move to Florida. So then it's kind of like you kind of notice the difference between, you know what I'm saying, there was a lot more family members here, or all my siblings are here with me, and now all my siblings aren't here with me, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then you still got your cousins. My favorite person in the world is my cousin. His name is Christian. And he was like my brother when I was in, you know, New York, and still like my brother even though we cousins, you know what I'm saying, even though I'm here down in Florida.
Okay, that's what's up. So, you know, growing up in New York, you know, like, I know you said you moved out here at 5 and everything. I'm pretty sure you know the difference.
Oh, it was a big, I remember having a very vivid conversation with my mom, and she was like, you know, when you move to Florida, it's gonna be a lot of white people. And I moved to Florida, there's a lot of white people, you know what I'm saying? New York is way more diverse, you know what I'm saying? In school, I had like friends that was like niggas, or friends that was like Hispanic, and I don't even really know if and even when I look back at my like childhood pictures, I don't think that I ever had a white friend when I was in New York, you know what I'm saying? But, I mean, there's other differences, you know what I'm saying? Like just like the vibe, or just like how people are, like, you know what I'm saying, like when I was raised in New York and I was walking on the street, my cousin, I would move if somebody's, you know, I'm too close to me, and my cousin would be like, don't move, they're not gonna move for you, don't move for them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But in Florida, people I feel like are nicer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, and even when New Yorkers come down to Florida, they're like, oh, I'm from New York, like, don't nobody care about that shit, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's like New Yorkers got like this attitude about them, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Where I feel like in Florida, they not necessarily is the same kind of attitude, at least. For
sure. Yeah, I know, I definitely understand that, because, you know, I'm also from up north, and I get what you're saying. Like, like for me personally, the difference that changed like my perspective up north down here was like, you know, taking the bus, taking the train. That's something that's so different out here. Like Florida, if you don't got a car, it's
you can't go nowhere.
It's a no-go out here. You can't do much more than that. And, you know, and another thing too, like how you were saying, you know, like the people that you're around, it's more like culture, like over there, you know what I'm saying? You don't see, I mean, I'm not gonna say you don't see people like from the islands over here, but like it's a little bit more cultural when it comes to like living in cities.
Because it's
like
everybody,
that.
it's everybody in New York, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's where all like the Caribbean people go to New York, you know, in Miami, you know what I'm saying? Not so much Orlando, Kissimmee area, but I mean, there are people, you know, like of different ethnic backgrounds.
Yeah, that's what's up. So, you know, when you was like also like as a kid, like what type of music did you listen to?
You know what, I grew up really religious, so we wasn't allowed to listen to just anything. You know, we had CD players, we had to sneak listen to secular music and shit. So I was listening to whatever my brothers was putting, you know, on the music, like Outkast, let me think, Lil Jon, the East Side Boys. Oh yeah. You know, shit we wasn't supposed to.
Ludacris probably.
Yeah, Ludacris. But a lot of up north, like, you know, Biggie, Pac. And I remember my brother like giving me lessons type shit, like, you know, this is Tupac and he died, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. And like, you know, putting me onto, but mostly like Outkast.
Okay, for sure. What was you personally like somebody that you like listen to? Like you probably not gonna say this, it formed you to be who you is, but like your favorite artist. Okay. Missy
Elliott. I love Eve because like the way she rap, you know, how she carry herself. Them little like titty prints used to do something to my young ass. Yeah.
I always was yeah. Those, you know. Yeah. Barrack, I think like Barrack.
Yeah, I don't know what they was, but even Missy Elliott, like I love how creative she is, you know what I'm saying? How she rap, how she put like the dance in her music. You know, growing up, that's who it was, you know, but like growing up even further, Nicki Minaj, of course. Cause Nicki, even though she's mainstream, she got punchlines, she got bars, she got, you know, shit like that. That's what I listen to. But that's growing up. You talking about now or just when I was growing up?
This is growing up right now personally, but yeah, you're not even lying. Like Missy Elliott, you know, she was somebody that, you know, I even grew up. I mean, everybody grew up Missy Elliott. She was nasty as hell, like back in the day. And she do have her own style. Like I felt like they was trying to put her in a versus battle with somebody, and there was nobody really to put her in a versus battle because she's like so unique when it comes to music. Only person I can really think of. Like a Busta Rhymes.
I swear to God, on everything I was gonna think the same thing. Busta Rhymes, ODB, like that, like crazy kind of like they having fun with it. I love that.
Yeah, they really authentic.
But they like, you know what I'm saying, they really like bar spitters too though. Yeah. Like Missy Elliott, she's not butt naked, but she'll put some sexy bars, you know, in there too. So I like that. And like Missy Elliott, you can't listen to a Missy Elliott track and not like, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like you gotta dance type shit.
Nah, it's really all her music makes you want to dance every single time. That's true though. That's true. That's what's up though. That's what's up. You know, like getting into like music. I know you're like really into like writing. Like when did that start for you? What made you want to start writing? Did you like do poems before?
Absolutely, I started doing poems, but like, I mean, I started writing because I felt like I had no choice. I grew up Haitian, so it's like certain things you go and tell your mom, and then it's like, no, we don't talk about that kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or it's like, because I don't feel like I had really anybody to vent to. Or if I did vent to somebody, I felt like I had to filter what I was saying. So I would just write, and that was like my nigga, you know, my friend, you know what I'm saying? So I would just write, but even as young, I would write songs and then bring it to my friends, like, let's learn this, and we all gonna sing it, you sing this. And my dad's a maestro, so like, that runs in my family, like music. Okay. So like I'd be like, okay, you sing this note, we sing this note, we gonna harmonize, and this is a song I wrote, you know what I'm saying? Or I would just rap about anything, young, elementary school.
Wow, that's crazy for you to be that young and you just saying you write and put things together. Like you always had that growing up. Did you always knew that you had something special about yourself?
I think so. I think everybody thinks that, no?
I mean, when it like, I mean for sure. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you. When I was a kid, I would always gifted gab, I guess you can call it. But when it comes to like certain things, I never looked at like me being gifted about it. You know, even if it came to sports or something, like I never really looked at it. But certain people, they'd be doing stuff as young, but they probably don't know until they get a little older.
No, I think I knew real early because, you know, I was talking to my friend the other day about something like this. Is like, as young, I felt like I've always felt people, like, you know, felt their energies, felt their emotions. And so when somebody put me on a pedestal for doing something so good, then I would feel as a young child, you know, the envy, and I would shelter, like, you know what I'm saying, okay, I'm good at this, but let me shelter this. Like, a lot of people didn't even know that I could write, or a lot of people didn't even know that I could rap, because it's something that I kept to myself, because I don't want people to be like, oh, who the fuck does she think she is? Or, you know what I'm saying, she thinks she's good at everything, you know what I'm saying? So growing up, I felt like I had to filter myself, and like I said, all I had was, you know what I'm saying, well, I had like friends, of course, but like, you know, the pen and the pad. Okay, poetry. Sure. Sometimes I will go back and read my shit and be like, bitch, you're crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I mean, like, that's what I didn't have to filter myself when it comes to writing. Yeah, no, writing is a beautiful thing. You know, like you said, you used it whenever, you know, you wanted to express your emotions, your feelings about things that you get and let nobody else know. That's a crazy thing. But now, fuck that. I don't give a fuck what nobody think. Yeah. It's coming. For sure. No, for sure. I see that, you know, in your music, even when you talk your stuff in your music, you know, you speak some like thorough stuff, you know, and like the wordplay and everything to it makes you like have to stop, rewind it, and understand, and that's the type of stuff I like in music. Make you like, oh wait, you know, cause like I can give you an example like Lil Wayne, for example, you know, his wordplay is crazy. You listen to something and then you be like, oh wait, I gotta replay it. And even like you said, Nicki Minaj, she do the same thing. Her old stuff is crazy, you know. You know, you're just talking about her being mainstream. Even before her being mainstream, she was like bar for bar, that's all she used to do. So, and I like that you brought up Lil Wayne, because it'll be sometimes like you listen to an old Lil Wayne track and you be like, damn, I didn't catch that like when I was, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I just caught that. And that's what I want when people listen to my shit. That's exactly how it is. What I'm saying, when I listen to your music, it's something I gotta play back, or even if I go through it the first time, you know, I feel like music should be like that. You know, I'm not saying it should be challenging, but you know, when it comes to like rap or even just being poetry, like Pockies will do stuff like that. You know, he's a very poetic type of person, you know, and that type of stuff
it's beautiful when it comes to like hip hop in general. That's what the roots is. You know what I'm saying? The culture itself. So that's what it is, though. And, you know, as you started like making music and everything, writing, like what motivated you as an artist to keep on going?
I don't really think that I need motivation when it comes to writing. I think it's just like it comes to me and I just do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't ever force it. Like, you know, if I'm writing or I'm in the mood to write or I hear something, it don't even got to be a beat necessarily that make me want to write, you know what I'm saying? Then I just write it down. I don't think it's something I need motivation to do. It's just, and I'll never force it. Like, if it's not coming to me, then I just leave it.
Yeah, or do you ever have writer's block before?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily writer's block. It's just like, because I feel like writer's block is when you're trying to write, and you're trying to like think and it doesn't come to you. Like if I'm trying to write and something doesn't come to me, then we'll come back to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. You know, with that being said, man, like, what made you stand out as an artist and what makes your music more deeper, like in the meaning? What's the difference between like you and your perspective and the other artists?
I think there's a lot of different things I could say that set me apart from other artists, especially in this area. My beat selection, I don't really go over the trap beat. I mean, I can, but you know, that's my favorite kind of beats. Is like that old school, you know, kind of vibe. I'm not putting nothing out if it don't got wordplay in it. I'm not just gonna rhyme. You know, I'm not just on the track and rhyming. So that's another thing. I don't know. And I'm also not killing niggas. And I'm not gonna rap about killing niggas. So that's something that, you know, even if I was killing niggas, I wouldn't rap about it. You know what I'm saying? So
For sure.
that's something else
sense.
that I think would set me apart.